And we are live. We are live today with IFBB Pro Tracy Barbadillo, figure competitor. Say hi, Tracy.
Hello, hello, everybody.
And this is gonna be one hell of a segment because we're gonna be talking about Tracy and her background and her journey to the show. And I hear an echo.
Yeah,
I think somebody is watching the live that's in the room or something.
yeah,
So this is going to be one hell of a segment. um, Tracy, do me a favor. Just
yeah.
introduce yourself to everybody.
All right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tracy Barbadillo. Um, I was born in Wahiawa, country girl raised. I went to Lelehu High School. Unfortunately, on my senior year, I actually went to Kansas. My mom remarried a military guy, so my stepdad got transferred out. So I actually graduated in Kansas, Fort Leavenworth High School. So I don't like to say that. I just say I've been at Lelehua this whole time. Okay, but I've been competing in this sport for about almost 11 years, um, and um, getting ready for a show and flying out on Tuesday.
Yep, yep,
So
yeah.
uh,
And how you feeling? I mean, we can tell already just by looking at you that you're going to be competing in a few weeks, or we can just
mhm.
tell. How you feeling right now?
Yeah, I know the diet phase is kicking in, added on to my age, but exhausted and hungry, the normal, but you gotta love it, you know, the grind.
Yeah,
So it's a
yeah,
rough one. It's a rough one at 52.
yeah. And I think what folks out there don't understand is that when you become a pro and you compete at the pro level, you cannot miss a beat, right? I mean, this.
Mhm.
It's very different from when you're competing at the amateur or the local level.
Mhm.
You can maybe skip a few things because that just because. But when you hit that pro level, everybody on that stage that you're standing next to is not going to miss a beat, right?
Mhm.
So
Definitely. I
you have
mean,
to be on point.
backstage is a whole different vibe. When I did Vancouver, I wasn't really happy with that outcome, but I learned a lot. But I was on stage with a lot of Olympians, and the backstage was crazy. I mean, that's how I knew, like, I love the sport. Um, but I think, at my age, I'm going to stick in my lane. Like, I just want to enjoy competing, because everybody comes in good. There's not one person that is on stage that's not ready at the pro level. So it's either you're going to bring your best or you might as well just stay home, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm excited about this run. I feel like, I put 200% into it, my training, my dieting, so I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah. And I can honestly say that as I see you, and I seen you last week in person at the Ikaika Classics. Your physique has changed over the weeks, and I personally think that you're ready to rock and roll, and you're only going to get better from here until then, right? So
That's the plan.
yep, yep. Let's take a step back. Let's go to your past. I want to talk about your past
All
because
right.
everybody sees Tracy now, but they don't know the Tracy from before. Um, so I want to pull up a picture real quick. Um, talk about this picture, Tracy. Tell us what
All
this is.
right. Okay. So, all right. Don't mind that. My big picture, that's like right after Halloween. We had a Halloween party, but basically my transition to my first show. Um, a lot of you don't know this, but Greg had a big role of me getting back in the gym. He said, "Hey, Trace, why don't you come out to the gym?" And I was like, "He's telling me I'm freaking fat." But I was fat. When you become a mom and you have a family and kids, you tend to put yourself last. And I just kind of let myself go. And you hit a point of your life that you're just not happy with yourself. And being in the gym was special for me. It was my time. I didn't have to worry about work. I didn't have to worry about my kids. All I had to worry about was pushing the weights and listening to my coach. So, um, I walked into the gym and I remember saying I want to do the Paradise Cup in a year and I need a trainer. And Alan Ichinoze was the brave one who would help me. And I learned so much from him. Um, he's such an awesome coach. But I went from eating McDonald's every day to chicken breast and broccoli. And I remember the first 2 weeks, I had just really bad migraines. I don't know, withdrawals or whatever you want to call it. But I was really determined. And if you can see that picture next to it, I weighed in at 97 pounds. And back then, the figure competitors were not as muscular as they are right now. But as you can see, I really didn't have a lot of muscle. But yeah, so basically that's my transformation that I'm most proud of. I don't really like to show my fat picture, but for Greg, I'm sharing.
And I'm glad you did, because the today's society, right? With Instagram and Facebook, they
Yeah.
only see, like, people pick
Mhm.
and choose what they want to put on there,
Mhm.
right? So a lot of kids out there, they only see, like, the fabulous stuff.
Yeah.
They don't know that majority of the people that look awesome today, at some
Hmm.
point in time in their life, they didn't look so awesome, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And and the kids need to understand this. I mean, the girls need to understand this. There's always a starting point, and this was your starting point, right? So this is your check. This is your flag where you made a decision to go ahead and get into fitness and change your lifestyle. And so Tracy, this was in 2009 or
10, I believe.
2010, 2010.
2000, maybe 2009. I think I did my first show in 2010. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
possibly. Can't
yeah.
remember that far back, but um, yeah,
This was, yeah,
it was
this
a
was this.
memorable one. At
Yeah.
42,
Mhm.
at 42 years old, I stepped in the gym and I made a commitment. And the reason why I did that was because if I didn't make a commitment to do a show, I probably wouldn't have stuck to it, which is a lot of the women, right? I mean, one, you want to see progress overnight. That's just how we are as women.
Mhm.
And so I learned a lot in the sport to be patient, to respect your body, to learn it, study it. Because everybody's body is different, reacts to diets different. So,
Mhm. Yep, a lot of learning. And I remember back in 2009 when you walked into Powerhouse Gym on Kiave Street,
mm,
and I remember you had a few other girls that would train with you,
mm,
and they're long and gone now. I mean, I don't think they're even at the gym anymore. But
no.
you hung in, you stuck
Mm-hmm,
through it, you made a commitment, you
mm-hmm.
changed your lifestyle. And I remember when you were with Alan, um, you actually used to train with another guy. This guy, was it Ted? What's his name? Um,
Tom. No, Ted.
oh,
Ted. Yeah, no, you're
was it
right. Ted.
Ted?
I think Ted.
Yeah, yeah. And then you guys used to push each other. Yeah, I mean, you guys used to push and push
Yeah,
and train and
it was
train.
to the point I thought he was my husband, but we became really, really good friends. It's hard to find a training partner that you really trust, you know, and so when you do find it, you keep them close because you can't trust everybody.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And then so let me ask you this question. I mean, we kind of sort of know, like, how you kicked off your journey. What what was your reason for saying, you know what, I want to go compete, I want to get on stage? What was your big WHY? What was the why? Like, what
Okay.
drove you to that?
Well, one was I needed to change my lifestyle. There's no doubt in that. I was fat, you know. And if you're happy with that, that's fine. But I wasn't. I wasn't happy. Um, the why for me was at first I didn't. I just committed to do a show because I wanted to lose weight, and I said, you know what, my bucket list, I'm gonna do a show just one time, and I
Then,
did it one time. And I said, oh, hell no, I can come in better than this. And so that's what kept me going. And I remember my oldest daughter asking me, Mom, why do you keep on competing? And right there, I knew I needed to set the example for my girls that you don't give up just because it's hard. You don't give up because you didn't take first place. I remember, I think I took second or third place, and my oldest daughter, she she came and hugged me, and she almost teared because I didn't win. And I said, "It's okay, baby. Mommy came in my best, and that's good enough for me, you know, to understand losing and but not losing. You know what I mean? You didn't
mhm,
take first place, but it didn't mean that you're not a winner. And I needed to teach my children that, especially being girls, that if you know you came in at your best, that's all you really can do. And for this prep, my husband told me something, because it's been rough. And he said, look, you not only got to win the day of the show, you got to win every day. Every day. That means you got to diet 200%. You got to train 200%. You got to balance your home life 200%. And at the end of the day, if you did all of that, you won. So it
mhm.
came to the point where I woke up, I'm exhausted, but I told my husband, I'm going to win today, you know? So that's what our winning is in our household now is we're going to win every day, not just show day, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, I like that. That's a good way to think about things, right? Because you only think about the end goal, but
Mm-hmm.
it's if you win every single day, then when it comes time for you to get on the stage, you already won. You're a winner
Mm-hmm.
already, right?
Yeah.
And so that's a good way to think about it. And I think you know a, a lot of folks when they compete, right? Um, they're really only focused on getting the W, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, a lot of folks don't know how to lose, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they only know how to win.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for anyone to be a good champion, you have to be able to accept both, you know, accept the wins,
Absolutely.
accept the losses, because and I give this analogy all the time, right? Um, it doesn't matter, you know. There was this race, right, where you had these 10-year-old kids, and they were running through an obstacle course, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one kid that was just smoking everybody. Okay, he's running, and his dad is following him as he's going through the obstacle course, and he's like, 10 seconds ahead of everybody else, and he falls on the ground, he trips, right? And
Mm-hmm.
everybody passes him, and he gets up and he starts running again, and he gets to the middle of the pack, and he's almost to the first place position, and then he falls again,
Uh-huh.
right? And then everybody blow past him, and he gets up and he runs again, and he trips again. By the time he gets to the finish line, everybody's passed, but he crosses the finish line. The story is nobody remembered who came in first place. They don't remember the guy's name. You know whose name they remembered? The guy that fell three fucking times and got
I
back up
kept going.
the line.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's
Absolutely.
like, yeah, sometimes it's distorted in a sense, how people think about competition.
Mhm.
And then, I think that they put so much pressure on themselves that if they don't win, these are the guys that you don't see come back.
Yeah.
You just kind
And
of
it's so
disappear.
unfortunate because we have so much talented athletes in Hawaii, and it's, to see them give up, not give up, but maybe put it off. It's saddening,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody knows, but I've never won a show here. I never took first place. I came in second place a lot of times, a lot of times. And of course, are you happy at that time? No, but I think for me, my journey started at 42 for a reason. I'm a lot wiser. I can accept things a lot better. I can look at it from a different angle. And that's what I love to share when I get to be a part of an athlete's journey. Letting them know that this journey is made for you. And as long as you can accept it and understand and learn from it, I mean, you're succeeding.
Yep. And there's so much advice and experience that you can give to a lot of the upcoming athletes, and for them to connect with you, it's so valuable because you can teach them the right mentality when they get into this sport, and you can show them the right ways of dealing and coping with different things. So I'm so glad that you're giving back to the community, and you're helping to bring up these athletes to the shows and bring them up the proper way, because honestly, Trace, when we first started, shit, a lot of the stuff
Oh
we were
my
on our own,
goodness.
right?
I was like, good gracious. I was lost. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I thank goodness that I was able to train with some of the elite trainers here to learn to train the right way. A lot of, I mean, that's the number one mistake you see in a lot of the gyms is, their form and technique, and it's so hard for me to just focus on you,
Mhm.
but I share that with the athletes that I get to be a part of their journey, and let them know that that is very, very important, because wrong form and technique comes into injuries in the long run. You may not feel it now, but you will feel it eventually.
Yeah,
And so,
yeah,
wait,
absolutely.
hold on, I'm gonna grab my charger because my phone's gonna die.
Okay, go ahead. We're gonna pull up some pics. Let's pull up the yeah, let's pull up this one.
Oh, oh my
Yeah.
goodness. That, okay, I hope Lynn gets to see this, because that was the Paradise Cup, um, 2011, I believe. And I was so excited. I took second place to Lynn Racoma. Lynn, she is a legend. I said, oh my God, I told Amalia, why didn't you tell me Lynn was entering? She goes, it's okay. But when I was standing next to her, I felt like, you know, superstar moment. She's a legend. I've been watching her for years, and I get to stand next to her in comparison. And that was, I remember telling Lynn, I take second to you any day. Oh,
Yeah.
and that's my favorite girl right there, Amalia, my first posing coach. If you know Amalia, um, she takes no BS, and um, don't let her find you in the gym, because she will work you. I try to run away when I see her, you know, but
Click on this picture right here. Below that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
oh, Mike Relar, I hold that guy dear to my heart. There's only two trainers that I do that, but he was the one that really, he did the why. When, why do you want to do a show? Financially, can you afford it? There's suit costs, which is $1,000. There's fees. There's all of this, right? And I said, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But what I take away from Mike is the proper training and understanding how to execute your muscle, um, and constantly telling me what your mind will believe, your body will follow. Until today, I listen to that in my head when I feel like my body can't go. Like I had to talk to it yesterday because my freaking leg, my mind's going, my legs didn't want to go on the treadmill, and I was like, God dang it, don't. I said we gotta finish this. You start talking to your body parts.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get things done, right?
Absolutely.
And I think we were talking about this in the earlier live show, is that I think a lot of folks don't really understand what you guys go through. They don't understand what you guys go through, the things that you guys do that the average person will never do
Mm-hmm.
to accomplish things that the average person never will, right? And so that's it's important for the guys out there to understand that. So your first show was in so this Paradise Cup right here, was this your second show?
Yeah, my second actually.
Okay. And I must say the Paradise Cup is a show that I deeply miss. And I
Oh, definitely. That was
right.
the show. That was the show to do. I wanted that pendant so bad, and like Lynn and Nas, the legends. I was like, I just wanted one. I never did get it, but it's okay.
I never got one either. I think Lynn
Yeah,
and Nos, they have a bunch, right?
yeah,
So
yeah. Just
yeah,
amazing, incredible, incredible couple.
yeah, that's the old OG foundational folks of Hawaii that kicked off bodybuilding and fitness. So lot of awesome people. And then you know click back on this one right here. So Mike Relar and Amalia. Tracy talked about Amalia, and Amalia was Tracy's posing coach. So they both own Muscle Inc., which is a supplement store. They have 3 locations. And if you guys want to go check them out, they're located in Kaneohe, uh, Pro Kai, where the Powerhouse Gym is, and also over at Mililani. But back in the day, Trace, I mean, it was this was our little circle, right? You know,
Mhm.
and it was tight, and I think foundationally, you and I were really lucky to kind of sync up with all these folks, because they actually
Yeah,
planted the seeds,
I
for
kind
us
of
to
just
grow.
followed you everywhere.
Yeah.
Where you went, I went.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we were training all kinds of places, yeah.
Hmm.
And then
I know.
so
I trusted you. I trust you.
yeah, no, for sure. This is Maui. Is this Maui?
This was Maui. It was a non NPC show, but because I knew the goal was to go to nationals, I wanted to try and do a short flight to see how packing my food would go, how traveling would be. So I actually did it as a trial run for traveling.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was fortunate enough to take first and then take home the overall for that one. So
Wow,
that was cute. I remember I remember talking to you on the phone backstage, you know,
that's right. Yeah.
after I got off. So
Yeah, you look amazing at that show.
thank
I
you.
remember that. Yeah, and I think when you called me, I think I was at Powerhouse Gym in the parking lot, actually.
He's my go-to guy.
Yeah.
I mean, as you can see, Greg's been a really big part of my journey, and one of the main reasons why I'm here today. And thank you for continuing to grow the sport, like with this YouTube TV thingy. I mean, just keeping the sport alive, and how you and Rose go to the shows and take the pictures and interview people. Me and my husband was just talking about that and saying how awesome that is. We need that, to showcase what's happening in Hawaii, because we do have awesome athletes.
Yep, for sure. And I think it makes it even more awesome when we get to talk to you guys, because a lot of folks look up to you and Clinton and the other pros, right? Because I mean, you guys did exactly what 100% of the guys that's competing today want to do, right? Is be successful and get their pro card, which is not an easy thing to do. You know what I mean? I mean, it's hard. And you know this, right? I
Yeah, and I
mean,
think we played the role with this was for me it took me a while, and for my husband it was like bam bam bam,
Yeah, two
so
seconds.
it's two different journeys, but it's rough, it's
Mhm,
rough even for my husband to have won his first show and then went to Pittsburgh and then got his pro card, and next thing you know he's on stage with Olympians, and so it was a lot of stress.
mhm,
A lot of hard work, a lot of stress. Just a different journey for sure.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. But a wonderful journey that both of you guys share together, you know. And it's always and I think Clinton did the Arnold too, right? So
Yes, he did. He got invited to that, and that was an experience.
mhm,
Traveling, and yeah, it wasn't all wonderful, but yes, wonderful.
yeah. And then this picture right here, is this the was this the Ikaika?
That was the Ikaika right before we went to Pittsburgh. So I think we went to Pittsburgh like 5 weeks after that,
Mm-hmm.
and then
And this is Pittsburgh right here. Yeah.
that's Pittsburgh, where I went on a day earlier than my husband. So you can imagine Arle.
Mm-hmm.
He's really a cool, collective, calm, patient guy
Right.
until it's show day. It's so cute because he's backstage with me, and he was like, I was like, Arlie, it's okay. You can go to the front, He's like, no, no, no. I'm gonna stay with you. He was like, okay, pump up. It's so cute because you see the passion and what he loves to do, taking care of his athletes, making sure we have everything we need. So, and when I come off stage, he's running to the back just to comfort me, or what we need to change up or what we got to do. He's an amazing. If you haven't worked with Arle, if you do get a chance, do it, because he is one special guy. So
Yep.
the two, I talked about the two trainers that I hold dear to my heart would be Mike Rollard and definitely Arle.
Mm-hmm.
He's traveled with us everywhere, Japan, um, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So to have your coach follow you, that's big.
Yeah. So at Pittsburgh, yeah, and Arlie is an awesome dude, and he's super humble, and I go get awesome massages from Arlie at Hawaii Medical Therapeutics. So shout out to brother Arlie. If you guys have sport injuries, or if you guys need to get massage, go see him. Hawaii Medical Therapeutics, and he'll make sure that he fixes you guys up. Um, so when you guys were in Pittsburgh, you went before Clinton. So obviously you got your pro card first, right?
Hmm.
Was there pressure on for Clinton to get his?
Well, my husband felt pressure, and I'm sure Arle was like, "Oh no, if he doesn't get it, it's gonna be rough." But yeah. But it turned out the way it was supposed to turn out. So a really good ending for that show. We both turned pro,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it was definitely an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah. Let's sorry, let me just get back over here. Okay, click on that one right there. This one, yeah. So Trace, tell us about this picture.
Oh, you know, our island is so small, and to have as many pros that we have on our island, and it continues to grow, you know, um, I want to shout out. I mean, this is something that Ray and Pebbles did for all the athletes that turned pro, and they would call us on stage and honor us and provide us with a plaque. And I just thought, wow, you
Mm-hmm.
know, wow, that's that's amazing for them to take the time out. I mean, you kind of feel good when other people appreciate all of your hard work, because it's a lot. I mean, Greg, you've been competing
Mm-hmm.
for years. I mean, you took a break, but year after year after year, I mean, it's a lot of hard work, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yep. And the you know, we lost Pebbles last year, yeah. So
Mm,
just condolences to Ray and Pebbles
yeah.
family.
Yes.
She fought a really hard battle with
Mm-hmm.
some medical things, but yeah, the Stingray Classics, something that, and Aloha Muscle, right?
Yeah.
It has two shows,
Coming
and then
up. Mm-hmm.
this is the Aloha Muscle, and it's actually he's gonna hold it this year in September, so
Yeah.
that's gonna happen. It's gonna be at the Sheraton Waikiki,
Yeah.
and
They.
yeah, so this is awesome, man. I mean, it's Ray and Pebbles, showcasing Hawaii's IFBB pros. To
Yeah.
Tracy's point, each and every one on this stage, I mean, worked their asses off, to get to where they are today. So and I can't see because I have glasses, but is that Clarence right next to you?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And Clarence trained under Alan too, Alan Ichinos.
Mm.
And Clarence is one of the old school powerhouse Keawe Street guys that used to actually work there too. And now he's a personal trainer, and
Trainer. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Really nice guy.
super nice guy, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Clinton is right next to you, right, the handsome
Mm-hmm.
guy in the black jacket. And then we got Cindy and we got Oh Boy, right,
Uh-huh.
and they're
Yes.
they're both, they're a couple, and I think
Yes.
they're expecting, yeah.
They have a
Oh,
baby.
they have a baby, okay.
Yeah, baby girl, so beautiful. I just told Cindy, oh, I can't wait to see her on stage. Guarantee.
She's gonna get back on there, huh?
Guarantee.
Yeah, yeah. Take a short break. Yeah.
Yeah,
And is that Tay Moody?
that's Tay.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, that big guy. So he's the one who made it to the Olympias. So
yeah. Awesome, awesome. This
mhm.
is this is this is a iconic picture right here.
I
Um,
mean, I don't think we give enough credits to the promoters of the shows,
right.
all of their hard work putting things together for us, you
Mm-hmm.
know, so we can take it to the mainland and actually, turn pro. So, if it wasn't for the promoters down here, Ray, Pebbles,
Mm-hmm.
Alan Ichinose, you know, um, it would be a struggle.
Yeah,
So
we wouldn't have
thanks
that.
to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And yeah, I mean that's our local promoters, right? Ray
Hmm.
Ronquillo, Pebbles, and Allen. That's it.
Yeah.
So yep. Make sure you guys, if you guys are tuning in, make sure you guys support the promoters and go compete at their shows,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
show and support local.
Yeah.
Um, so we have a picture here. You
That's
want to
me.
talk about this one?
Yeah. So um, when I entered the sport, I gotten divorced, and then it was just me and my two girls. And one of the struggles that I had to deal with was balancing everything, my full-time job, being in management, my kids, taking them to sports. Um, so it was rough for a long time. And finally, I I knew my husband in high school actually. So when we hooked up, it was like perfect for us because we both worked out, right? And it was no longer, why are you in the gym so long? When you coming home,
Mhm, mhm.
So um, the love of my life, I don't know what I would do without him. Especially during this prep, he's been amazing. It's because we're not prepping together. So, when we prep together, oh my goodness, yeah, that was really rough. But now, I mean, that he's letting me do my thing. He's been a very great supporter, very very great supporter.
Yeah, and Tracy. For you guys that don't know, Tracy is my sister, man. And when Tracy met Clinton, um, Clinton had to go through my approval, right, Trace?
Yeah.
And she
Oh,
did introduce me to Clinton. And the minute I got to know Clinton, I knew that he was an awesome guy. And I'm so glad that you guys hooked up and synced up because you guys are like salt and pepper You guys just blend together, and you guys are an awesome couple. You guys are the power couple of Hawaii. So, you know, I'm so glad that you guys got to meet up in life, and
Mm-hmm.
you guys are gonna share all life experiences, and Clinton is my good brother now, and I call him a brother because he is, and this is awesome. Yeah. When I see this picture, I get emotional. So let's change the picture. All
Okay.
right. Okay. Oh, okay. Tell us about this.
All right. So in the middle is my babies, my girls. Um, you know, with this sport, I wanted to set a really good example for my girls. Um, Not only to that I wasn't a quitter, that I worked really, really hard, and they saw that day in and day out. You know, sometimes I'd be grouchy. Um, and sometimes they're older now and out of the house, so they don't get to see this part, so they love me now, but it's rough. And then I cannot see really well, but on the other side is my stepchildren.
Mhm.
Clinton has a daughter and a son and grandchild, so I immediately got additional family, which I love. They're in Oregon right now living. So we have no kids, so we have to do stuff to keep us busy. Well, we have two dogs, but so competing was filling our gap. And
Mhm.
that's our babies. So we have a English bulldog and a old English bulldog and a Frenchie, which was my husband's dogs, but now they're my dogs.
Okay, and which of the two ate your shoes?
Oh my God. Don't Both of them. I'm not kidding. It's either one or the other.
I mean, yeah,
And it's
I
not just
remember
one
that story.
shoe, and it's not two shoes, and not three. It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah.
Oh boy. So one of the names is Gizmo, right?
Gizmo is the Frenchie, the one with
Okay.
me and her, and
Uh-huh.
she's 6. And then the other one is Bailey. That one, that's my protector. That one,
Yeah.
she sleeps with us every night.
Oh, so cute. Okay, and let's click on this one. All right, what is
Oh,
this?
okay. So this was the Paradise Cup where I got to, where I took second to Lynn. But I wanted to show this picture because back then, figure was so big. You know, we
Mhm.
had like 12, 15, 20 girls sometimes. And now, it's kind of got smaller. So, hey, people out there, let's go put some muscles on and let's grow this figure department division back up, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it used to be, and as you can see, it wasn't very muscular back then. So it definitely evolved a lot, like all the other divisions. But
Mhm.
yeah.
This is actually, you bring up a good point, Trace, because the sport has definitely evolved over the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with the inception of bikini, and then now
Bonus, yeah.
we got wellness,
Bonus, yes.
and it's like, I think this is my prediction, and I might be totally wrong, but I think what's going to start happening is you're going to start seeing more focus on the wellness girls, because
Yeah.
yeah, this is just me, because I mean, I like to see a girl with a nice ass, big thighs, right, and some
Mm-hmm.
muscle, and no disrespect to the bikini girls at all, because they
Mm-hmm.
look unreal too,
Right.
but I think it's going to start a shift, and you might start seeing the girls that are struggling in bikini to get down, to keep their size on and stay in wellness, and for figure, I mean, the figure girls look like freaking figure
Physique.
girls today look like
But
bodybuilders,
yeah,
like
they look like the physique
20 years
division.
ago.
That's you know, and but I'm so glad that they did make that wellness division because
Mhm.
we needed it. Because there are different body types, and I thought that was a that was one of the best things that they did for the athletes, was to create that division. And yeah, it seems like it is taking off. I mean, I know for the Sean Ray, like I already know like 7 girls that are already going in that, and that's just the people that I know. I mean, I don't know, who else, but I know 7 of them that's
Hmm.
already gonna do that show. So it's gonna be great.
Yep, yep. And you gotta thank the Brazilian girls, right? Because they're the ones that kind of like made that
Fought for
freaking
it, right?
vision.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. So, all right. Okay, Trace, talk about your show coming up.
um so I told my husband that I wanted to do a show to close out my competing journey. um, oh, basically because there's other things that we want to do. Like I want to travel with my kids and my family, my husband. I want to get a Harley. I want to like chill, like on a Sunday. But so I decided to do the Pittsburgh Pro, which is happening next Saturday. So I fly out on Tuesday. My husband's gonna be home watching the dogs, but I am gonna fly out with one of my best friends, Mikey. So she's gonna be doing the NPC, women's physique and women's bodybuilding division. So at least I'll have her. I mean, there's a lot of Hawaii people that's going up, which is so excited because we get to represent our island, and I just told myself, um, I'm just gonna go and have fun.
Hmm.
You know, I'm just gonna go and have fun.
Yeah. Did you get to see the roster yet of all the competitors, or does that come later?
No, I try not to. When I prep for a show, I try to isolate myself and keep distractions out.
Hmm.
So if you know me, my circle is really really small, and that's only because when I'm in the gym, I like to train, especially when it's coming for a show. So I'll say hi, but I don't really, conversate. And it's
Hmm.
not because I don't want to. I have a vision, I have a goal, and I got to win today.
Hmm.
So I got to put in the work. But yeah, so I try not to look at it because it can really mind blow you.
Hmm.
When you start looking at, as like, hey, you're in the pro division, everybody's coming in good. That's
Hmm.
so do what you can control, and that is bringing your best, and that's what I'm focusing on. So
Hmm.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah. And some people don't understand, right? Like when I see Tracy at the gym, like even though like we're super close and we've known each other for many 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 years, we'll just walk past each other and say, hey, what's up, and that's it.
Yeah.
Tracy's on a freaking mission, man, and I understand that.
Uh-huh.
But some
Yeah.
folks be like, oh wow, you don't want to talk, you know what I mean? But it's not it's nothing personal. You just, like you
Yeah.
said, you have to win today.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
And
I'm glad you brought
but I
it up.
do call, I do check up on you though.
Yep.
I
Oh yeah,
text
yeah,
you.
yeah. Yep. All the time, all the time. Yep. And I appreciate that. Yeah, it's always great when I get a text message from you, because we can get updates. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to pivot now. Okay, pivot to something totally different, off subject.
Okay.
Uh, I I want your honest opinion. So I was watching the news, and I heard that a transgender, her name is Cataluna Enriquez.
Mm-hmm.
She won the title of the 2021 Miss Nevada,
Mm-hmm.
and we've talked about transgenders moving over to men becoming women and then competing in women's sports, and
Mm-hmm.
men becoming women and competing in women's sports. Um, so what do you think about this? So obviously this is a man, that had some things done, and he competed in the Miss Nevada show, and took first place.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what's your opinions on these transgenders? Getting into the different gender sports.
I think I have nothing against transgender. Um, I to me is as long as you're happy, just be happy. So I have nothing against that, but you're right. I was watching the news too. I know some of the track girls were um, complaining about the same situation, and you can understand it in in some light. You know what I mean? Um, so I don't. I mean, I honestly don't know how they're gonna work it out. I mean, because you're not gonna make everybody happy, as far as are they gonna let them do it or not. But it seems like it's getting a lot bigger nowadays. You know how things have been evolving, like this transgender thing. I mean, like now it's like, isn't it on your license that you can choose like
Mhm.
to put transgender or not to put female or male or something like that. Like
Yep.
it keeps, I mean, times are changing, but as far as sports wise, some sports I feel like, they're right. I mean, it's like trap. Like men have a lot more testosterone, right? So,
Mhm.
I mean, I, I have mixed feelings about that.
Right. I think, yeah, and like we were talking about this earlier, right, Trace? And I think
Mhm.
there's no right answer to this, and
Yeah.
but it is getting out there. I mean, you can imagine that, if a guy, wants to cross over and get into women's figure. I mean, obviously that guy's going to be able to pack on more muscle.
Yeah.
He may be able
Hmm.
to get, more grainier, tighter,
Hmm. Yeah.
right? And
You're right.
is that fair?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know,
Yeah. They got hard decisions to make, man, these committees.
yeah. I kind of feel like we should have like a transgender competition,
Oh, that's a
but
good idea. You
but
should
I
make a
kind of
show.
yeah, but I kind of feel like the transgenders are going to complain and say that we're discriminating, right? Because we're trying
Yeah,
to
see what I
segregate
mean?
them
Like
into a different
you
category.
can't. It's so hard because you can't make everybody happy. There's gonna be somebody that's gonna complain about it, right? Whether it's the transgender or a regular female or male.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just wanted to throw it out there though, because we talked about it
Yeah,
in previous lives, and
yeah, and it's
you know,
all over the news. I mean, it's a subject that's been coming up,
hmm
but.
hmm yep. Um, what kind of advice you want to give the girls out there that want to get on stage?
I love my first timers because they're raw, and the first thing you want to ask them is the same thing what Mike asked. Why? Why do you want to do it? Because a lot of times people want to do it. They're all gung ho. Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Blah blah. Then when it comes down to the nitty gritty, it's like you can't do it, and it's not easy. You understand that it's hard. I mean, you gotta want it. So when I get the opportunity to work with new athletes or pose new athletes, I'm blunt. Like I don't candy coat anything. Like I tell them, like posing should be is harder than training in the gym, and they don't understand that until maybe the second session, and they're like, oh my gosh, because there's a lot to it, so competing not only costs a lot of money, um, it's a lot of studying. You gotta study your body, you gotta have the right supplements, you gotta make sure you recover, it's a lot, but if you're willing to put in the hard work and be the 5% that actually survive. Let's go. That's what
hmm
I say.
Yep, yep. And I don't know if it's one word or two words. You just said it. This is like the success factor, right? It's hard work, right? I mean, shit. If you're not willing to do the hard work, then stay home because there's a lot of hard work in meal prepping, hard work in relationships, hard work in prioritizing your time, hard work in trying to budget this shit out because it's expensive, right?
That's
Hard
right.
work in finding the right team, the right crew, the right coach, all that stuff, right? So it's a lot of freaking hard work.
It's but if you want it and you're willing to put in the hard work, it's achievable. It
Yeah.
is achievable. You
Mhm.
know, it's how bad you want it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You got Clinton around there somewhere?
Love, um, oh, he no more shirt, but come.
That's okay. He can show
Come,
us
love.
his muscles.
Okay. This is him off season. Okay. I get mad because he walks around with abs, but uh,
What's
you
up,
gotta come this
Clinton?
way. You gotta come this way. Let's bend up a little bit. Oh, there. See.
What's up, Clinton?
Hey, Greg.
I wanted to get you on the live too because you guys are like two peas in a pod, right? Salt and pepper.
Oh, yeah,
That's a good one.
that's a good one.
Yeah. So Trace, why don't you stand up? Why don't you show us what women's figure looks like today? Come on, give us
Oh, each
pose.
tiger gets short.
No. Just show us the upper body. That's fine. Come
Oh,
on.
wait. Hold
Let me
on.
see,
Let
let
me
me
see.
see your
Well,
shoulders,
it's
and
kind of like
muscles,
no more
biceps.
like good lighting right
That's
now.
okay.
But shoot, you should have prepared me for this because I would
No,
have
no,
fucked
this
up
is
or
this is
something.
raw, man.
But
No
um,
filters.
so for those of you who I just told Greg how much I weigh, and I went to punch his face because he told me I was 115 pounds. But
Look at that. Look at that.
so
Yeah.
90. I'm gonna come in really small. Right now, I'm currently 99 pounds, but what people don't understand in pro at the pro level, there's no height class. So like in NPC, there's height class A class. So for all of you who know me, I'm 4'11", technically 4'10" and a half. So I am gonna be one of the little ones on stage, but I'm gonna bring my stuff.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. At the pro level, you guys just all compete, right? No height
Yeah,
class.
yeah, yeah.
That's
No height class.
Yep.
So, but we're excited. It's been a good run. Yeah, yeah.
Is this gonna is this gonna be your last one?
I'm gonna do Reno in 13 weeks.
Okay.
The Legion Sport, another Masters Pro show, and that will probably be my last one unless they do like a Masters Olympia for the old people. I don't
And
know
then
why they leave the old people out. Us old people gotta work like so much harder than the young people. We get plenty health issues. I mean, not health issues, body issues.
maybe Jake Wood's gonna bring it back and he's gonna make the Masters Olympia. You never
Yeah,
know,
that's the only way.
right?
Like you would probably come out of the woods is, yeah. But we're gonna still be, keep our fitness in there, and gonna continue to um, be. Hopefully, we'll continue to be blessed to help other athletes and share our experience with them. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, I think yeah, you guys can never leave fitness in Hawaii. You guys always have to be a part of it because now you guys are the foundation of of bodybuilding and fitness in Hawaii, and so we need folks like you to continuously stay in it because you have the knowledge, the experience. You've been there, you've done that, and a lot of folks look up to you guys. So please travel, but come back. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we've been talking for almost an hour, Trace. I don't want to hold you up too
okay,
long.
yeah,
I know you got your show coming up in the Pittsburgh Pro in about a week. So we'll stay connected and
yeah,
we will follow your journey. We will probably see you guys at the next bodybuilding show, maybe the Aloha Muscle. And then, we'll probably
yeah.
reconnect there as well. And then, we'll talk to some of your athletes. I just want to give a shout out to you guys because I know you guys had a men's physique guy at the last show And he did really, really good. What was his name again?
Jeffrey Nasto.
Jeffrey Nostal, right? Boom, right
Yeah,
here. This guy, yep.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he
yeah.
won. He took everything, right? Didn't he get? Did
He
he?
took first place novice, overall novice,
Mm-hmm.
first place no
In his
first
class.
first place true novice, overall true novice, first place novice, and then first place open. He didn't get the overall for the open, but it's okay. He's been blessed with a lot of wins, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
medals, so he was happy with that. We were happy. And then before that, so we had two. We had Elo who did the Maui Classic. He took
Mm-hmm.
first in men's physique too in his open class. So we were so blessed. Yeah, so blessed to work with these athletes. I mean, they become my sons. Elo, that's my son.
You got Lance.
And yeah, yeah,
That's awesome, man. And I think that's why you guys are needed. You guys need to stay in fitness because these guys can if they venture off on their own.
are you going to my pictures?
No, not
Hello,
me, not
hello,
me, not
close
me,
it right
not
now,
me.
Rose, Rose. OMG.
She's a troublemaker. But it's going back to Jeffrey and Elo. You guys have to be here for folks like that because if you're not, I mean, you know what can happen, right, Trace? I mean, they can stray over to somebody else that's not going to give them good advice. The
Yeah.
gym bros, the
Mhm.
locker room coaches.
Yeah, and
You know,
that's the risk you take. Being a coach, you know, you try to teach your athletes. When you're working with athletes, everything you know, and sometimes you venture off, and it's all part of the journey.
hmm
So but they become like my sons. I get really close to them. I scold them like my sons. Yeah, I'm like
that's
the mama.
the mama bear. You just showing them the love. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What time's your next meal?
Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. I just
Oh,
didn't eat
okay.
right before. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, kind of.
Perfect. You
But
timed it correctly then.
yeah,
Okay.
but
Cool. All right, Trace. Well, thank you for being on, and sharing your journey. And I'm sure this is not going to be the last live that we do together.
mhm.
We're going to reconnect again and we're going to talk more,
Yeah,
after the
definitely.
show, you know, maybe we'll
Thank
bring
you so
fitness
much.
too. Yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you,
yeah.
thank
Thanks
you
for
for
sharing.
inviting me, and thank you for continue um, doing what you guys do, for all of us athletes. I mean, I learned so much from you too, as a mentor, as a friend, as a athlete. So you know thank you for giving back this way too. And Rose, thank you for behind the scenes organizing everything. You're awesome.
All right, cool. Thanks,
All
guys. All
right.
right,
Okay.
we'll see you
All
guys
right.
later. Have a good one.
Bye.